Shout out Shot by Bell and Lizant Records for putting this on. This is volume 4. Let's go. Bars with Bell. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Making way through the day-to-day, the kind of shit make them lay awake with the razor blade. Putting us in this unstable place, forces us to turn violent, like what cable plays. If they asked me to make changes, I'd say straight away, but that ain't life. You gotta work, stress, and stay up late. That's why I medicate, that's why I'm in college trying to find a better way, before I levitate to heaven's gates, with nothing but a resume. So many stressing to educate and get an A, that they fail to make space. Yo God, I'm really hoping this money will take my stress away, but I can't count it, it's not there. Funny how fairs move, but many stuck on what's fair. Got fire in these words, shoot 'em up in one flare. You can feel it in the air. See me on the steps with a mic prepared and a lifeless stare. Somehow can join words like there's hyphens there. The likes are rare, because my back's already got way too many knives in there. I'm uncomfortable with this like a high school chair. Banker with the plans cause I like the shares. I hate life, but I'm in the right nightmare. So let's chill out, the light's right there. Let's go. No, I ain't fighting if the fight's not fair. So let's chill out, the light's right there. Let's go. No, I ain't fighting if the fight's not fair. Yo, let's chill out, the light's right there. The light's right there, let's go. Making way through the day-to-day, the kind of shit make them lay awake with a razor blade. Putting us in this unstable place, forces us to turn violent.
You started rapping like in Ontario?
Yeah. My one of my boys, Forrest Gumption, he kind of like he went into the high school one day and he was like, "Oh man, I got these beats to show you. This like rap I wrote." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Then he hands me this piece of paper with all the stuff he'd written down and starts going off, and I was like, "Oh man, this guy's really good." And then I kind of was like, maybe I should give this a try. And then yeah, I just got into it. I think like 2011, 2012.
Right. We were already listening to rap music then too?
Yeah.
Right. So who was kind of like your favorites you were listening to back then?
Back then, oh man, probably Mac Miller and like,
Yeah.
back then I was listening to like Snoop and like just kind of a random mix of stuff, like a bit of Sean Price.
Did it
like,
change once you started rapping?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I got pretty heavy into Team Backpack for a while. Like that was my main my go-to kind of hip hop, just because I really like the ciphers and like the live feel of like how they'd record them, and have just like 4 different MCs or 5 come up and spit a verse. And
Right.
yeah, I always thought those were pretty dope. So that was like probably my main motivation for like taking my writing to the next level.
Right. And then that's obviously like why you tried out for and whatnot.
Yeah. Me and Luke went up and we auditioned. You had to send in like an audition video, and then if they like it, they were like, "Yeah, sure, come on up." So there was like 600 MCs from all over the world at that, and yeah, it was called Team Backpack Muni, and it was like something to do with New York City, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Went up to Brooklyn and performed, and yeah, did saw like Twista perform and like some pretty big names. I think Cassidy was there too.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty dope, and crazy like talented rappers, man. Like
Yeah.
like 600 of the best rappers you've ever heard from like all around the world. So that event actually ended up going into like the Hip Hop Hall of Fame and stuff. Like it was like crazy cool.
Yeah, that's dope. It's dope to be there and like be a part of that.
Yeah, man, it was sick. And like if anyone knows Marlon Craft, that's where he blew up from.
Right.
So that's like he's like kind of one of the, not like Kendrick big or like mainstream, but like for underground, like he's a pretty big rapper. And that's essentially, he won that event with like a few other MCs, but he was like the main one to go on and take it to the next level. And he's dope, man. So seeing that like one of my favorite rappers now, Marlon, like being able to be there for like kind of his explosion, like his come up was pretty dope.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what made you move out to British Columbia?
I was gonna buy a business from a buddy, and it kind of fell through. And then I just ended up. I was in Kimberley, and I got some family out here and stuff. So I ended up coming up to Vernon to check it out, and then started a business up here. And yeah, it's a good area, man. Up here, it's like sunny. It's friggin'
Yeah.
beaches everywhere. Like for Canada, man, this is where it's at for sure. So.
I hate life, but I'm in the right nightmare, so let's chill out, the light's right there. Let's go. I ain't fighting if the fight's not fair, so let's chill out, the light's right there, the light's right there, let's go.
Fuck yeah.
It's dope.
Thanks, guys.
Go through, take a listen.
Razor blade, putting us in this unstable place, forces us to turn violent, like what cable plays. If they ask me to make changes, I'd say straight away, but that ain't life. You gotta work, stress, and stay up late.
Do you have any upcoming shows or anything?
No.
No?
No, nothing planned, man. It's
Just some focusing on work?
yeah, just got a new place, so just kind of been focusing on that and like just grinding and still writing a ton of music and stuff too on the side, but just yeah, I'll probably close for the end of summer I'll start putting out more music and
Right.
kind of
As
get
of
back
now,
into it.
people can just kind of find you on YouTube.
Yeah,
You
you
got a
can,
few features on Apple Music and Spotify and stuff.
I got the one just Make Believe with Collateral is on Spotify, but I don't
Yeah.
think I'm on Spotify in any other way.
Right.
But yeah, I got a couple things up on YouTube and I do like a lot of TikToks, I guess, and like just kind of me rapping in the car, like not like
Right.
really professional or anything.
What's your
But, yeah.
TikTok? Just King Create?
I think so. I have to check.
Well,
Yeah, I don't even know.
whatever. We can plug it in the description.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Instagram too. Like find like King_Create_music is my Instagram, so you can find me on there. And
Working on the first album.
yeah, like I could probably drop like a couple albums right now just from like I've been writing for a long time, like 10 years now, but I just haven't put out like a lot of music. So
Yeah.
yeah, now it's just a matter of getting in the studio. Really, like I could drop an album pretty quick here, like once I get the chance to yeah, get a bit more studio time in basically.
Who is some of like your biggest inspirations more recently in like your writing and just like rap in general?
Probably still my buddy Forrest Gumption. Like
Yeah.
he's like a big inspiration for his writing and like yeah, that's hard to say. Like I kind of take pieces from like a lot of different music and a lot of different artists.
Yeah.
Like some stuff I can kind of vibe with, and like it also depends on my mood too. But like if I'm writing something really hype or if I'm writing something more like deep and personal, it's like I kind of go off different artists. But yeah, honestly, I don't really have a lot that I listen to consistently, and like I'm like, oh, I'm trying to rap like this guy, or like,
Yeah. Just focusing on your own thing.
yeah, just kind of doing my own thing with hip hop for sure. But yeah, it used to be all the Team Backpack ciphers. Like I used to like study how they're, because they always had really dope punchlines, and like
Yeah.
I used to kind of like I have my own flow, but I was able to study like how they do punchlines and like bring it all together. So for a while there, I was like pretty into like piecing together verses from those guys and kind of like making it my own, but also yeah, just like studying how they were making their verses sound so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say a lot of that, like my writing and stuff, came from like Team Backpack. So yeah.
So many stressing to educate and get an A that they fail to make space. You gotta really hoping this money will take my stress away.
Have you ever had any like desire to get into beat making and stuff like that?
A
Or
little
just
bit.
like only the rap?
Yeah, I would love to be able to make beats, but I suck at the production point. So like, if somebody were like, if I could go through and just like pick sounds, and then somebody were to put like a beat pad on, like I could probably cook up some craziness. But like, there's not a lot of people who are just like down to be like, yeah, here like usually people are like, oh, if I'm gonna make you a beat or whatever, you're gonna owe me like $500 or like
Yeah.
or like 100 for the lease or whatever. So it's kind of be chill to just like have someone to go and just like cook shit up with and like
Yeah.
mess around with the beat pad. And
Do you have like a favorite producer in the game?
probably it's kind of called Batman. It's like, but the A is a V. That's his like YouTube thing. He's crazy good. And then there was another guy, Noise System. He's really dope. He's like some Spanish guy, but he makes like pretty good old school like boom bap kind of beats. So
Do you normally gravitate towards like East Coast, like kind of old school beats, or like West Coast?
probably more East Coast, but
Yeah.
honestly, I just for me, I don't really have like a style of beat. Like it's just
If it sounds good, it's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like some stuff I have trouble writing to. Like I'm probably better writing to old school than like trappy kind of beats, but
Yeah.
yeah, it depends on the day too. Like sometimes I'll write to trappier stuff and like go into like double time and that. But I'm more into like yeah, I'm more into like having like a bit of double time and like being able to switch up flows and like have some bars and stuff in there too. Like that's kind of what I try to do, and still working on flow. And like for me being a drummer, like I grew up like listening to metal and shit too, so like I'm always trying to do things too fast. And like with hip hop sometimes it's like nice to slow it down and like space out your bars,
Right.
like rather than to just be like constantly doing 4/4 timing. You do like 4/4, then cut half a bar out and then jump back in. That like kind of gives it more texture, I guess. I don't know how you'd say it, but
See me on the steps with a mic prepared and a lifeless stare. Somehow conjoin words like there's hyphens there. The likes are rare because my bag's already got way too many knives in there. I'm uncomfortable with this like a high school chair.
Did you always know you loved music then, like being a drummer and stuff? Like, what was the age where you were like, I love making music?
yeah, I was pretty young, man. I was like I was listening to like Slipknot and stuff. So like I have like a Joey Jordison snare back home, and
Yeah.
like yeah, rest in peace, Joey. But fucking like he was one of my favorites. I remember there's like this drum solo you can look up from him where he's like
Yeah, where it spins around.
yeah, he's on that like spinning
Yeah.
stage sideways and shit. I was like, man, I just want to be that guy eventually. So like back when I didn't really listen to hip hop growing up,
Yeah.
so I was like listening to that kind of shit and just like yeah, pretty motivated to get into it. Took about 5 years of like consistently playing every day, plus going to lessons once a week to actually get like to where I could play a lot of metal tracks and like
Yeah.
most of the songs that I liked. But it was worth it, man. Like I love drumming, and
Yeah.
it's like it helps with a lot of things too. Like even in like weird things that you wouldn't think of, like video games, it could help. Like or like if you're playing it like a game based off reflexes, and like you can kind of like time people out because people just naturally without realizing it like kind of have like a 4/4 timing going on, so you can almost like pick up on people's timing and then kind of like if you're gonna deke someone in hockey or something,
Yeah.
you like do it kind of like off timing rather than
Right.
like
Right.
timed with your skating or whatever. Like there's all sorts of weird things that it like kind of helps with, and like
Yeah.
hand-eye too is one. Like so yeah, man, I couldn't say enough good about like picking up an instrument being young. Like it's definitely where it's at.
With the razor blade, putting us in this unstable place, forces us to turn violent, like what cable plays.
How'd you come up with your name, King Create?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I used to use like J Create as an MC name, like because my name's John and Create. But
Yeah.
then I just didn't really like it as much, and thought King Create had more of like a kind of like an epic sound to it than J Create. So yeah, I changed it probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Is there anything that you want to talk about?
Not really. Like I don't know, what to say. Really, it's just like I definitely want to be bringing out more music. So if like anybody is down to just like make music and likes the bars with Bell take that we did and stuff, like definitely hit me up. Like I'm always down to just like network and meet more people.
Funny how bears move, but many stuck on what's fair. Got fire in these words, shoot 'em up in one flare. You can feel it in the air. See me me on the steps with a mic prepared and a lifeless stare. Somehow conjoin words like there's hyphens there.
Dude, who's someone like, it's got to be like semi-local, obviously, because like this is local. But who's someone that you would like to see do an episode?
I don't know, because I don't know like a lot of people like
Yeah,
from the area. Like I know Xander Sladen, so he's friggin' talented, man. So
Yeah.
it'd be cool to get him on here. Like,
right. Yeah, we've been talking actually.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
You know Toy Soldier? Okay, well, like, I don't even actually fully know if that's his like rap name, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
his Instagram name.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Xander and him were supposed to like do a bars together pretty soon here.
Oh, that'd be sick. Like
Yeah.
a duo kind
Yeah,
of.
I don't think they're gonna make it for Volume 5, but I think like Volume 6 or 7, it's
Yeah.
gonna be them.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it'll be like the first duo one too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a cool idea, man. Like the whole concept, like what you guys are doing, is cool. Like, just getting like local artists a bit
Yeah.
more recognition, and then like
well,
also
like hopefully it gets bigger too, and then it's not just like local.
yeah,
But I'll still like shine the light on local people. Like I'll never like
yeah.
snub people. None of
Mhm.
this is like for the popularity or like the views really or anything.
Yeah.
But like hopefully it gets bigger and then it becomes like this like network of like rappers and like
Yeah.
it'll help people. Like I've already had this one kid. He used to produce and
Oh,
he
yeah.
like stopped producing. Well, he used to rap and produce. Stopped both. Now he's like producing again. And then he's already been like, oh dude, like Unknown Persona. He was like, I
Yeah.
love that dude's like verse. He
Yeah,
was like, can you get me in touch? Like, I'd love to like to produce beats for him and shit.
yeah.
So like, I don't know if anything's gonna happen there, but like, just making those connections, it's like that's like the main goal.